Hi, welcome to CrimeSphere, your #1 channel for unraveling the most intriguing mysteries, exploring infamous crimes, and diving deep into the world of justice and lawlessness. Today, we're bringing you a jaw-dropping list of top 10 most shocking prison escapes. These aren't your typical Hollywood-style jailbreaks. These are real-life events where criminals defied logic, physics, and sometimes even morality to orchestrate escapes so daring they've left the world in awe. From cutting through steel bars to tunneling miles underground or flying out of prison by helicopter, these stories will keep you hooked until the very end. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more thrilling content, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now let's dive in. Number 10. The helicopter escape of Pascal Payet. Pascal Payet is not just any criminal, he's a man who turned prison escape into an art form. Known for his role in a deadly armored truck robbery in 1997, Payet was sentenced to 30 years in prison. But Payet had no intention of serving his full sentence. In 2001, Payet orchestrated his first escape, involving a hijacked helicopter that landed on the roof of the Loins prison in southern France. His audacity shocked authorities, but what came next cemented his legacy. After being recaptured, Payet escaped again in 2007, this time with even more flair. His accomplices hijacked a helicopter and landed it directly in the prison courtyard. The operation was so smooth and precise that guards didn't have time to react. Payet not only freed himself, but also helped 3 other inmates escape. Despite being recaptured again, Payet's story remains a testament to the lengths some will go to for freedom. His helicopter escapes exposed vulnerabilities in prison security and sparked debates about the use of technology in high-risk facilities. Number 9. The Great Escape from Alcatraz, United States. The name Alcatraz is synonymous with inescapable confinement, but in 1962, Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers John and Clarence did the unthinkable. Using a combination of ingenuity, patience, and determination, they escaped from what was thought to be the most secure prison in the world. The plan began months in advance. Using spoons stolen from the prison cafeteria, the men painstakingly dug holes around the air vents in their cells. To cover their tracks, they crafted dummy heads out of soap, toilet paper, and real human hair, which they placed in their beds to fool the guards during nighttime head counts. Their escape route took them through the prison's ventilation system and onto the roof. From there, they scaled the walls and launched a makeshift raft crafted from over 50 stolen raincoats. The icy waters of San Francisco Bay were their final challenge. To this day, no one knows if they survived the treacherous swim. Some believe they drowned, but conspiracy theories and alleged sightings keep the mystery alive. The Great Escape from Alcatraz is a story that blurs the line between legend and reality, captivating audiences for decades. Number 8. The Escape of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, Mexico. Few criminals are as infamous as Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the leader of the Sinaloa cartel. Known for his vast drug empire and ruthless tactics, El Chapo also gained notoriety for his escapes. In 2015, while being held in Mexico's Altiplano maximum security prison, El Chapo pulled off a breakout that seemed straight out of a movie. His cartel had dug a tunnel over a mile long, starting from a nearby house and ending directly under his cell's shower. This wasn't just any tunnel. It was equipped with lighting, ventilation, and a modified motorcycle on rails to speed up the journey. Security footage from his cell showed El Chapo pacing before disappearing into the shower area, never to return. The escape highlighted the power and reach of Guzman's cartel, as well as the corruption and inefficiencies within the Mexican prison system. Although he was recaptured in 2016 and extradited to the US, his daring escape remains one of the most shocking in history. Number 7. The Texas 7, United States. December 13, 2000, was a day that shook Texas to its core. At the John B. Connolly unit, 7 inmates plotted a highly coordinated escape that would result in one of the largest manhunts in U.S. history. The group overpowered guards, stole their uniforms, and disabled security cameras. They climbed into a maintenance truck and drove out of the facility, blending in as workers. Once free, the Texas 7 went on a month-long crime spree, robbing stores and stealing vehicles. Their most infamous crime occurred on Christmas Eve when they killed Officer Aubrey Hawkins during a robbery. The brutality of their actions turned public opinion against them and intensified the manhunt. After weeks on the run, 6 were captured, and 1 committed suicide to avoid arrest. The Texas 7's story is a chilling reminder of how far some will go to evade justice. Number 6. The Maze Prison Escape, Northern Ireland. In 1983, Maze Prison was considered one of the most secure facilities in the UK, housing many members of the Irish Republican Army, IRA. But on September 25, a meticulously planned escape unfolded. 38 IRA prisoners took control of their block, overpowering guards and stealing their keys. They hijacked a food truck and used it to drive out of the prison gates. The entire operation took less than an hour, leaving authorities stunned. The Maze escape was more than just a jailbreak. It was a political statement. It exposed vulnerabilities in the UK's prison system and sparked a massive manhunt. Many escapees were recaptured, but the event remains a symbol of the IRA's determination and resourcefulness. Number 5. The Sobibor Revolt, Poland. During World War II, Sobibor was a Nazi death camp, where over 250,000 Jews were murdered. In October 1943, a group of prisoners led by Soviet officer Alexander Pechersky staged a revolt. The plan involved killing guards and cutting through the camp's barbed wire fences. Of the 600 prisoners, around 300 managed to escape into the surrounding forests. While many were recaptured or killed, some survived to tell the story. The Sobibor Revolt is a harrowing tale of courage and resistance in the face of unimaginable horror. It stands as a testament to the human spirit's refusal to be crushed, even in the darkest of times. Number 4. The Libby Prison Escape, United States. In the midst of the American Civil War, Libby Prison in Richmond, Virginia, was infamous for its appalling conditions. Originally a warehouse, it was repurposed to hold captured Union soldiers. The overcrowded, disease-ridden facility housed some of the most determined men of the Union Army. In February 1864, their resolve to escape culminated in one of the most extraordinary prison breaks in American history. The escape was led by Colonel Thomas E. Rose and Major A.G. Hamilton. Using stolen tools and their bare hands, the prisoners dug a tunnel spanning over 50 feet beneath the prison. The digging was arduous, taking nearly 2 months of meticulous effort. The men had to conceal the dirt they excavated, which they hid in their clothing and discreetly scattered in the prison yard. On the night of February 9, 109 men crawled through the cramped, dark tunnel, emerging into a vacant lot outside the prison walls. Once free, their next challenge was navigating enemy territory and avoiding Confederate patrols. Many disguised themselves or traveled under the cover of darkness to evade capture. While 59 of the escapees successfully reached Union lines, others were less fortunate. Some were recaptured and sent back to Libby Prison, where conditions worsened in retaliation for the escape. Despite the risks and hardships, the Libby prison break became a symbol of determination and ingenuity during one of America's darkest chapters. Number 3. The Parkhurst Escape, United Kingdom. Parkhurst Prison, located on the Isle of Wight, was one of the most secure facilities in the United Kingdom, housing some of the country's most dangerous criminals. In 1995, it became the site of a humiliating security breach that sent shockwaves through the British justice system. The masterminds behind the escape were 3 inmates: Keith Rose, Matthew Williams, and Andrew Roger. All 3 were considered high-risk offenders, yet they managed to exploit significant lapses in prison security. Over several months, the trio smuggled tools into their cells, including saw blades and bolt cutters. Their escape plan was as bold as it was elaborate. They spent weeks painstakingly cutting through steel bars, creating a secret passageway within the prison. They even crafted makeshift keys to open secured doors, demonstrating a level of resourcefulness that rivaled professional engineers. On January 3, 1995, the men made their move. They climbed over the prison walls using a homemade ladder, cutting through fences with their stolen tools. Once outside, they attempted to hijack a small aircraft from a nearby airfield, but their plan unraveled when police apprehended them before they could flee the island. The Parkhurst escape exposed glaring weaknesses in the British prison system, leading to widespread reforms. It remains one of the most daring and well-coordinated prison escapes in UK history, a stark reminder of the ingenuity that desperation can inspire. Number 2. The Papillon Escape, French Guiana. Henri Charrière, better known by his nickname Papillon, French for butterfly, is one of the most legendary figures in the history of prison escapes. His tale is immortalized in his memoir Papillon and its subsequent film adaptations, but the real-life events are even more gripping. Charrier was convicted of murder in 1931 and sentenced to life imprisonment in the notorious French penal colony of Devil's Island in French Guiana. The conditions there were inhumane. Prisoners faced grueling labor, oppressive heat, and rampant disease. Escape seemed impossible, as the island was surrounded by shark-infested waters and patrolled by armed guards. But Papillon was relentless. Over the course of his imprisonment, he made several escape attempts. His most audacious plan involved crafting a raft from coconuts and sacks. Despite the immense dangers, he and a fellow prisoner braved the open sea, enduring storms and starvation. Charrier's escape was not without its setbacks. After reaching freedom, he was recaptured and sent back to imprisonment multiple times. Yet he never gave up. His final escape in 1941 involved another daring journey across treacherous waters, leading him to Venezuela, where he ultimately found refuge. Papillon's story is not just one of escape, but of resilience and the unyielding desire for freedom. While some details of his memoir are debated, his tale continues to inspire millions worldwide as a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome even the most insurmountable odds. Number 1. The escape of Richard Matt and David Sweat, United States. In the summer of 2015, the Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora, New York, became the epicenter of one of the most gripping manhunts in modern history. Richard Matt and David Sweat, both convicted murderers, orchestrated an escape so audacious and well-planned that it left authorities scrambling for weeks. Matt, a charismatic but violent criminal, and Sweat, a meticulous and intelligent inmate, formed a dangerous partnership. Their escape plan involved months of preparation, including smuggling tools into their cells with the help of Joyce Mitchell, a prison worker who developed inappropriate relationships with the men. Mitchell provided hacksaw blades, chisels, and even food to sustain them during their efforts. Using these tools, Matt and Sweat cut through the steel walls of their cells and crawled into the prison's underground infrastructure. They navigated a labyrinth of pipes and tunnels, eventually emerging through a manhole outside the prison walls. The level of precision in their escape baffled authorities, and Mitchell's involvement added a layer of scandal to the story. Once free, the pair fled into the dense forests of upstate New York. For 3 weeks, they evaded a massive manhunt involving hundreds of law enforcement officers, K-9 units, and helicopters. Their freedom ended in a dramatic climax. Matt was shot and killed by police after an armed confrontation, while Sweat was captured 2 days later after being shot and injured during a foot chase. The escape of Richard Matt and David Sweat captivated the nation, not just for its audacity, but also for the human drama surrounding it. The scandal involving Joyce Mitchell, the sheer scale of the manhunt, and the eventual recapture of Sweat turned this prison break into a media sensation, cementing its place as one of the most shocking escapes in history. Which escape shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of crime. Thanks for watching CrimeSphere. See you next time.